name is Richard Carty, and I'm a Democrat.
We've got an economy here that's in the dumper. And Joe has explained his and Barack's plan to take and turn this economy around. Everybody here in America wants to work. And it's kind of hard when they send our jobs overseas. But we've got somebody now that's going to get our jobs back here where we belong and start new jobs so we can work in the energy efficiency to make it a green country.
I don't think I'd run into a single Floridian who would walk up to me and say, Joe, the economy's doing great. All kidding aside, think about it. Think about it in practice. I think about it, I know I get criticized for being, a lot of legitimate criticism, but one of it is that I talk too plainly. Well, let me tell you something. Where I come from, the only way you communicate is you talk plainly. And folks, look, let's just talk plain. Honest to God, think about it yourself. Do you think you walk out of here and walk down the street anywhere in Fort Myers and say to anybody, even a successful businessman or woman, and say, look, John McCain says the economy is doing great. George Bush says it's coming back. How many of you think would say, yeah, that's right? I can walk all the way here, as I said, back to the west coast, the east coast of Florida, and I wouldn't run into a single person who would agree with that except unless I bumped into John on the way. Or maybe Fred. So folks, look, it's time for us to get real. You know, I don't need to tell you any of this. You feel it every single day. You feel it every single day in the wages that are shrinking, the jobs that are disappearing. You have the biggest job loss. You had almost 100,000 jobs lost in this state just in the last year. Gas prices are going through the roof. I don't have to tell you about home values plummeting and those of the people. That didn't even count the people who lost their homes. It's not just the people, God love them, who are in real trouble in terms of foreclosure. It's all the people sitting on the end of their seat saying, oh my God, if my husband or wife loses their job, I lose my home. That's an anxiety that takes its toll. And it's unnecessary. It is unnecessary. I'm told that by some measure this area is at the top of the nation in home foreclosures and 50% drop in home sales. How about all those people who have to get out of their home because it's gotten too big for them? They want to move on. They want to retire. It's all changed. It's all changed. And ladies and gentlemen, you know, I'm not joking. This is real. We're going to cut taxes for 95% of everybody who gets a paycheck. Everybody who gets a paycheck, they're going to get it. We're also going to make sure for a typical Florida family, that's going to mean $3,700 a year in tax relief. And if you're a senior who makes $50,000 or less, you're going to pay no taxes, none, zero. You're not even going to have to file. You're not even going to have to file a form. Why are we doing this? We're doing this for a simple reason. We want to keep people in their homes. We want to keep people independent. We want to give people choices. It is about dignity and respect. Dignity and respect for the people who broke their necks their whole lives and now are being swamped. We have an energy plan, which we'll get to talk about throughout this campaign, that's not only going to wean us off foreign oil, it's not only going to deal with the environment, it's not only going to provide alternatives, it's going to create 5 million new jobs, high-paying jobs here in America. And there's no reason why South Florida can't be the solar capital of the world. I mean, there's no reason except attitude why we can't radically change our opportunities. This should be a win-win situation for us. But instead, we're not going to continue to pay companies in tax breaks for to take their jobs overseas. We're going to pay them if they stay in tax breaks. And folks, you know, any nation that out-teaches us is going to out-compete us. Any nation that out-educates us is going to out-compete us. So we have a major, major initiative that's going to invest in schools, invest in teachers, invest in early education, and guarantee with a $4,000 tax credit and Pell Grants that any kid who qualifies academically to go to college will not be denied the opportunity to go to college in the national interest.